All right, can you see my screen? Okay, I hear that you can see my screen. So this is just a little project that I made on doing email verification on a survey. So I typed in a couple fields here just in an instrument. There's a single instrument, and I can certainly share this project with others. I plan on posting it on our help page at some point here so that people can just upload it and take a look at how it's set up and modify it if they want. This is just something that I kind of put together to sort of address her situation. So, the first field is going to be, record ID, subject number. I just changed it to subject number for this particular example. And then I added two fields. So they're both text fields. They ask for the email. They are validated as email fields because you certainly want to make sure that whatever text is being entered into the email field is actually a valid email field, which means that there is an @ sign in it. If there's no @ sign, it will reject it before you even get to the next field. So the second is just asking, and of course I stuck in my own verbiage here. You could put in whatever you want. Please re-enter your email address, and I gave it a variable name, just email to in this particular case. So then I tried to kind of put together a visual, kind of a visual stoppage to let somebody know that the email addresses don't match. This is descriptive text, and this is if you go out and download a template for HTML, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. You can copy and paste. This is just a banner, and I changed the text here at the end. Again, we don't want you to have to go out and learn HTML language to be able to make some of these things show up. So I stuck this in here, and just called the variable name, and you can call this, give it a variable name. So I said email fail. Before I go any further, I'm just going to hop out here real quick and show you what I mean about downloading your own HTML test or template or whatever. If you create a new project and you just want to call it HTML or something, whatever you want, and just say practice and just for fun, and then you select the use a template. If you do that, there is one called HTML examples. If you select that and create the project, then you will get an opportunity to look at the online designer. And in the online designer, you will see some examples of HTML that you can use. You don't have to know how to do all this. These are examples, and if you like something, all you have to do is go to the design, copy and paste, and granted, this looks very daunting, which it is, but you don't have to learn it. All you have to do is find where it says internal use, replace that, and you'll make it yours. So these are out there for you if you want it. So I'm going to come back to my verification. So I just took one of those banners and changed it to alert the person doing the entering in the survey that the email address is not going to match. And then an opportunity more or less for them to either continue on the survey or just stop the survey completely and give up. Then there's the regular fields that would appear you know, as a following. So I just kind of filled in the survey just a little bit. So I'll try and demonstrate here and see what this looks like when you, oh, pardon me, need to enable this as a survey. And I'll go to my survey distribution page and open it. Okay, so I'll go back and show you the branching logic and how this works in just a second. I just wanted to show you the fields first of all. But then let's see how it works. So first, I'm going to type in and it automatically starts with the indication that the email addresses don't match, which can throw you off a little bit, I think, but there's no way of preventing that. And once you get to this point, actually, I apologize. Wish I could get rid of this. Oh, I know. I think I need to sorry, I copied this from a different project once I built it. All right, let's try this again. Open this up, start typing email address. Okay, so if they're identical, then it'll allow you to continue on through your project. If they are not correct, if they are not the same, you'll get a pop-up that says email addresses don't match. And if you would like to continue with the survey, you have a choice here of saying yes or no. So if you click on yes, then you can come back in here and then continue. If you decide you don't want to, and you click on no, once again, this is the problem when you copy your projects over. It did have stop logic on this. Again, I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. Let's open this one more time. All right, and if you say no, you don't want to continue, this is going to require me to complete this. And once you say no, then you can end the survey right there and save the whole trouble of them going through this, and the survey has ended. If you want to make sure, though, as soon as they are correct, then you'll be able to continue on with entering your you cannot continue here until your email addresses are identical. And once you can, then you can continue on. there's no way to stop your survey in the middle. So you're looking for ways of grabbing your participants' attention, having them stop. I was just trying to demonstrate a few different ways here. Let's go back and look at how this is set up so that you understand what we did here. I'll go to my online designer, take a look here. So all of this is driven by branching logic. And if I look at my message here, which I wish did not show up until you were completed with this field, but you can't make it work that way. So what this says is the first email address can't be blank, and the second email address can't be blank, and email address, if it doesn't equal the second email address, then this is going to show up. Okay, so if these two, either of these is blank and they don't match, then it's going to bring up this stop option. Then this is, I put this in here so you could see that if you have an option button, you have the ability to create a stop action for surveys. So if you decide you want to give someone the opportunity to stop on a survey, you can, once you create this, you can define what the stop action is. And so in this case, I defined it as, no, I don't, if they say no, they don't want to continue on, then the survey will automatically stop and these fields will never show. These fields only show up, if we look at this branching logic, these fields only show up if email address number 1 is not blank and email address is equal to email address. If these two email addresses are identical and this one is not blank, then these will show up. So you're forcing these two email addresses to be identical before you can add any more data. There's no way, Ferd asked if you could actually stop the progress of the survey if the email addresses don't match. But you can't stop the possibility for saving your survey. So the only way is to really, I guess, drive the putting the stop action here was just so people know that stop action can exist within a survey. I took advantage of the process to toss that in there so you could see how it works. But other than that, everything would be handled by branching logic. You can't really progress and fill in the rest of these if these email addresses are not equal. So, and the box pop-up was just a flag to stop. So that's how REDCap would handle email verification on a survey. Any questions? Okay. If you do have any questions and you'd like to post them to REDCap at email.arizona.edu, just let me know.